I believe we are. Well, good morning, everybody. How are you? This is Bill Graff, the director and founder of the Senior Estate Concierge, and we have Keely.Jones with us today. And Keely is going to talk about the future of healthcare industry post-COVID. Keely is with the Brookdale Senior Living Heights organization. And she's going to talk about, so anyway, Keely has been in the senior living industry for almost 17 years. She serves as an adult on the Adult Protective Services Board. She is a member of the LGBTQ Seniors of Houston Council and serves on the board of Memorial Branch Rotary Club. With a certification in project management, Keely is the business development director for Brookdale Senior Living and has been with the organization for 10 years. And on top of that, Keely has 3 kids and keeps her very, very busy all the time. So good morning, Keely. We're so glad that you're here with us. If I could, before we get started with the whole program, just give an introduction on what the Senior Estate Concierge is and why we're here. So the Senior Estate Concierge is an organization with a group of different types of senior service providers. Our mission is really to bridge the gap in the senior services industry and provide caring, trusted, compassionate senior service providers in all different types of areas. So if a family is going through a transition and they need legal help, or they need a senior assisted living locations, if they need locators, if they need financial help, if they need real estate help, movers, whatever they need, we have one-stop shop for all those services, and a group of very caring, trusted, compassionate service providers. And they can give us a call for free, and we get together and we collaborate together to find the resources and solutions that they need. So that's what the Senior Estate Concierge is all about. And so with that, I'd like to go with Keely and do a little discussion about what you do and what you feel like the changes are in the senior service industry going forward after COVID, and what you think is going to happen. Okay, so with that, tell us a little bit about Brookdale first, and then the next question would be, how has Brookdale responded to the COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, thank you, Bill, so much for inviting me to be a guest on the show. I'm thrilled to be here, as well as so glad to be a member of the Senior Concierge group. Brookdale Senior Living has been helping older adults navigate aging for over 40 years. We have all product lines, rather that's in-home care with a companion. It's called Brookdale at Home. And then we also have our Brookdale Independent Living, which is for that active senior 55 and older. We offer assisted living and memory care. We can also have medical home health available if you need that. We offer skilled nursing as well as hospice services if needed or when needed. So Brookdale is really a full range of senior services from start to finish. And how has Brookdale responded to the COVID-19 pandemic? We started testing as early as last March to all of our residents and associates. With such a large corporation with over 805 communities nationwide, we were able to create SIUs.
SIU, tell me a little bit more about that. What does that mean?
Yes, it is a special isolation unit. It's intended to basically separate the residents who have tested positive for COVID and those who are not.
Okay, so that sounds like a very positive thing, to keep people separated and not spread the virus any more than it has to be. So what keeps COVID-19 from leaving an SIU and traveling into the rest of the community? How do you handle that situation?
Well, that's a great question. We took precautions to help contain and lower the risk of spread to other areas of our community. This would include like zippered walls, air filtration systems that would direct straight airflow, also heightened infection cleaning control and disinfections inside and outside of our SI units. Dedicated associates would work exclusively in those SI units and given proper education on their PPE. Clean scrubs are provided at the beginning of all of their shifts. And before they exit their shift, they have that opportunity to take a shower and get clean before they leave.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. That sounds like you got it pretty well handled and under control very well. So how does this process look for a resident or an associate?
So when we have someone who shows signs of the virus, then we would immediately get them tested. During that time that we're waiting for the results, they would be contained or quarantined in their room. If we find out that the resident is positive, then we would immediately transfer them over to our SI units. Would be cared for our staff until they are testing negative again. Now, the care that they would receive during this time is at no additional cost. They would receive this because they are a Brookdale family member. The separation of positive cases has allowed our communities across the United States to keep an average of positive residents as low as 1%. We also were able to obtain a new cleaning product called TheraWorks. And the TheraWorks is barrier film to protect against viruses. And so it's proven to work because last year when Hurricane Laura hit, we had to evacuate one of our communities that was in direct landfall of that hurricane. And so we had to evacuate them to the Houston market, and it was over 100 residents and associates. Everybody used the TheraWorks, and we were not socially distancing when you have to pick residents up and move them and take them. And fortunately, no one contracted the virus during that move. So we are definitely strong believers in the TheraWorks products. Brookdale was also able to start vaccinating our residents in our communities as early as the last week of December. And since then, we've already have scheduled all of our vaccination clinics in all of our 855 communities. And to date, I believe we are right around 90% completed with those vaccination clinics. So as you just saw, there was a photo of some of our residents getting vaccinated.
That's fantastic. So it sounds like it's really progressing very well, and you guys are keeping everybody safe in the process, which is what we have to do, right? And that's fantastic. So how has Brookdale been able to continue resident engagement? So keeping everybody together and engaged within the community, given the social distancing and no visiting protocol. That sounds like a real challenge in itself as well. You want to keep people together and active and doing things. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, let me start by saying Brookdale, we always follow our state and local guidance of, no large group programs. So we suspended all of our current large group programs, no outings. So of course, Brookdale suspended all of those outings, no visitors for indoor programming. So our volunteers and different individuals, they were all canceled. Of course, it was the new guidelines worried us all. And we all know that one of the main reasons, of course, that someone would choose to move into a senior hospitality community is due to the lack of the socialization that they may be getting from home. And so here we are, we're being told we're not able to have any of these, in-group activities within our communities. And I think we were all a little like, but, luckily, again, with Brookdale being such a large, phenomenal community company, they didn't skip a beat. Within 24 hours, Brookdale was able to roll out Easy Guide for our program directors to just pick up and start implementing them immediately. So instead of group programs, they were replaced with individual in-room engagements, pursuits of small alternative groups. The no outings was replaced with virtual outings, and we believe that that's been a huge success. And the no visitor indoors for programming was replaced with us utilizing Zoom to interact with our families for different happy hour car parades. And car parades were put together by our teams and families. So here's some examples of some of the different ways we were able to engage our residents. I believe you already saw the photo of them
Mhm.
out playing croquet, socially distancing with some outdoor games. We also have music therapy and music engagement opportunities all throughout the community. Some of the fun things were the family parades. So families would, dress up their cars. This was one that they did around the Thanksgiving time, and be able to still drive through and see their family. And we also conducted front porch visits. So our residents were still able to see our loved ones out of the heat or the cold with their mask and still socially distancing. Our housekeeping departments and our med aides also had a lot of fun with cart drives in the community. So this is where they dressed up their housekeeping cart and turned it into an ice cream truck. And that's with all of them having their whole train there, if you can see that. It's lots of fun. And we also utilize, again, the resident technology. Here's a resident using an iPad and still having the telephone plugged into it as if she's on a, I don't know if you call that a rotary phone or it's just looks like a landline, but it's not. It's using the technology for her to use the iPad with it. And there's one where she's watching a play. And then we also, which was really awesome, is because we couldn't take our residents on outdoor outings anymore, we were able to bring that into our community. So I'm just going to share with you right quick a little video. Well, it's actually a live cam. So we're able to take our residents to the zoo. Let me just share this with you. Hopefully you'll be able to see this.
I love everything that you guys are doing for them, for the community. It's so creative, and you really thought outside the box in a lot of things.
We have definitely had to think outside the box and to bring, this together for our residents to still be able to enjoy and have, purpose in their lives. For some reason, my camera is not playing. Are you able to see that?
Well, we can see the picture. It's looks
it
like
is a live cam.
Yeah,
And it follows them throughout the zoo or around their habitat. So as they move around, the camera will follow them.
That is fantastic.
Live action, they can sit there and enjoy this. It's almost as real as offering the elephant some feed.
That is great. That's fantastic for your residents. Be able to feel like they're getting out and seeing something out in the real world instead of just being confined in their space all the time, right? So
exactly.
They have to be active in doing things. So that's awesome. I love to hear that. It's obvious that Brookdale is a very caring and quality community, and that you really want to help people get through this pandemic, which is what we're all trying to do. So,
hey, Bill, I see we have a question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Miss Louise Dewey is asking if during the COVID-19 can residents and family members visit. So yes, they can. What Brookdale has implemented are appointments. So the family would call and schedule an appointment with the community. And then that way we would have a designated place set up for you to come in and visit your loved one. Like as shown earlier, maybe it's a front porch visit. Maybe it's in the library that not everybody might be using to really social distance you from everyone else, but yet you're still able to see your loved one. So right now we are doing those by appointments, but we are definitely visiting with our families and our residents together.
Excellent. How many people would you allow? How many family members would you allow in at a time?
Well, depending on the community and how large it is and the different designated areas that they have, but typically it's one family at a time.
One per family.
Right. You're right. It's one family member at a time with the mask and social distancing.
Okay, great. Very good. All right, well, let's move on. So another question I have is, how has Brookdale adapted to the challenges of senior care that the pandemic has presented, and what does the future look like for Brookdale? What do you see in the future? What's your crystal ball telling us?
No, I don't know if any of us really know that answer yet. However, as a salesperson, we're so used to, making a sale over a phone or in person. And as you all know, those are the best sales are in person. And so again, Brookdale having so many resources, they were able to roll out our one-day video as well as the Zoom platform. And that was introduced to our sales force in a way to continue to connect and conduct business with our prospects, families, and professionals. So we didn't have to miss a beat, basically.
Great.
And one-day videos, they're a messaging app that would allow you to snap videos and personalize them to your recipient with just a few clicks away, and then forward them through just a text or an email.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. So that's interesting. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. No problem. One thing that I think has definitely changed for the greater good of all of this for senior care is the fact that we're now able to utilize the telehealth conferencing for the doctors to visit our residents for their doctor appointments. Excuse me.
Great. So how do you see that, see this change for the better? How do you see that going forward?
In the past, we were only able to, take our resident to the doctor's appointment, walk them in, and then wait for their doctor's appointment to finish, pick them up, and then get them back safely to the community. But now that the telehealth conference has been established, we are now able to, of course, schedule those appointments with the doctor, and having our nurse even, maybe join in that appointment, so we can really have a better streamline for care planning and really have everybody on the same page with their physicians, to where in the past we might have just got a prescription and there you go. But this way we are able to communicate with those doctors and really have a better care plan opportunity.
You're right. Keely, looks like you might have frozen up.
Opportunity for them.
Okay.
I think we lost connection for a moment, but
yeah,
we're back.
I think we did. Yeah. So that's okay.
That's okay.
Modern technology. It's great. Doesn't always work perfectly like us humans, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, very good. That's it's great information, and the using a new technology and the latest technology for helping take care of the medical needs is very important as well, and while keeping people safe. So, what do you think the top 3 pieces of advice you have for our audience today going forward?
Well, I know that we're all getting our vaccinations, and we really all hope for the best, that COVID is just going to disappear. But I don't think it's going anywhere too soon with all the different variants and this and that. So, if you know that your loved one can live better in a residential hospitality community, know that Brookdale's been helping seniors live better again for over 40 years and have proven to adapt to all the different changes within the industry. And don't wait for something to happen before you start shopping. Have a plan, make sure you can include mom or dad or grandma and grandpa in that plan for what their future may look like. There's all sorts of different resources for senior care, and it can be overwhelming. So just know that you're not alone, and, reach out to me to help navigate those waters, or again, the Senior Concierge Estate Group. And we'll be able to help lead you in the right direction, whatever that looks like. The great thing about being a member to the Senior Estate Concierge Group is that I'm able to offer our residents and their families resources that could help make candid decisions in their future at my fingertips to be able to share with them at any given time.
Right. Well, I think that's one of the nicest things that we have going for both for Brookdale and the group is that we have some of the best resources around. That's why the Senior Estate Concierge is there. Having Brookdale Senior Communities in part of the group is fantastic because you guys provide a lot of different options. And if you don't have the perfect option or the perfect solution for the family, you have the resources involved. And that's what the Senior Estate Concierge is all about. And having Brookdale part of it is just an honor to have you guys with us. So
that's exactly right. And we feel that way to be a member to your group. It's really been an honor and a blessing at the same time.
It is great relationships that we've built together with just Brookdale and you and all the other members. So that's what's the great thing. So if anybody is out there and you need help, you have any questions about senior living communities, Brookdale, or any others, or how do you get an appointment to go there, contact Keely.Jones. You can email her if you need, send an email. I believe her phone number will be there. But and if you need any help at all, just general questions with any type of senior family member going through a transition, you're not sure what to do, give me a call or email the Senior Estate Concierge. We will get you connected up with the right people. It's a free call. We're not charging anything. It's just a matter of finding the right people for you and the solutions and resources that you need. So do you have any other
Exactly. I'd like to thank you.
Go ahead, Keely. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on as your guest. And, Brookdale, again, has proven to be a #1 solution in senior hospitality for several years. So give us that opportunity. If anyone is out there who knows that their loved one could live better with senior hospitality, reach out to me. I'd love to be a resource and help find them a solution. Otherwise, I'm going to be calling Bill, and we're going to make it happen for them one way or another, whatever their need is.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. If there's any other questions, now would be a great time to let us know. And if not, we want to thank you all very much for joining in the program today. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Bill. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Thank you, Keely. Talk to you.